So, if you're a small YouTuber and you've been watching tons of videos on how to grow your channel, then this video is especially important for you. So, today I'm going to expose some of the worst advice floating around from fake gurus that could be hurting your channel and stopping you from growing exponentially. Now, believe me, there's tons of terrible information out there, and it's easy to get really fooled by it. And so, let's dive into five pieces of really bad advice that you're probably following right now, but should absolutely stop if you want to see real growth in your YouTube channel. So, first off, some gurus claim that SEO doesn't matter. So, they say content quality is all that counts. All right. While this is true, that quality is king on YouTube, ignoring SEO is massive mistake. All right, if you neglect SEO, your amazing video might never be discovered. So think of it this way. When you upload a video, it gets pushed into the deep corners of the YouTube algorithm. So no matter how great your content is, it starts in the dark, and the only way for it to be discovered is by ensuring it's properly optimized with SEO in your description, tags, hashtags, and title. So without that, the algorithm won't know who to show your videos to. And guess what? Your video will stay in the dark while better optimized videos shine brightly in the feed, which would waste all your time and your effort and money. So now this is really bad. So if you want your video to be visible to potential viewers, make sure your SEO is on point. All right, don't leave it to chances. If you want a deeper dive into improving your SEO, leave a comment below. If enough of you are interested, I'll make a dedicated video for SEO. So the next thing I hear many of these gurus say is just copy what the big YouTubers do. So here's one of the most dangerous pieces of advice I see. You cannot just copy what the big YouTubers do because it sounds good on the surface, but it's actually harmful to small YouTubers. So look, I always tell my followers to use idea farming. So which is when you find inspiration in your niche by studying what others have already done. So this is especially useful when you're just starting out and struggling for content ideas. So however, here's the important part. Don't copy big YouTubers like Mr. Beast or others with millions of dollars of production. The reason these creators' videos are so good is that they've got massive budget and huge team behind them. So if you try to replicate their style or content with a tiny budget like $50, your video will definitely flop. And that's just the reality of it. For example, Joshua Meyer is one of the biggest creator in my niche, but I can't replicate his video because he has huge team, expensive equipment, and tons of resources in his disposal. So if I try to copy him with my resources, the video would definitely fail. Instead, look at smaller creators in your niche, preferably those with under 20,000 subscribers, and see what's working for them. I did this earlier and found a creator with fewer than 5,000 subscribers who's getting tens of thousands of views. I realized if it worked for him, it could work for me too because we were at similar stages. So you don't want to copy big YouTubers who spend six figures on production if your budget is just $100. So find creators within your niche to focus on at a particular time so you can replicate it with your resources. So take for instance, you want to create a video that says how to skydive from the tallest building in the world and your budget is $100. So that is really bad because it would never work. The cost of production alone, it's huge. You need to make sure that while you're skydiving, you have all of the best resources for safety and the rest. And $100 would not cut it. So instead, what you should do is to actually create a content around your $100. For instance, how to work 10 miles barefooted. All right. So this is easy because it is cheap and it is less stressful. And your $100 would definitely get you food or water while you do this challenge. The next one is you don't need a niche. So I see gurus say this many times. So here's another myth I see floating around, and they always mention you don't need a niche. You can just make content about anything at all so far it interests you. So this might sound like freedom, but in reality, it's a recipe for disaster, especially if you're starting out with a small channel. So it is very, very important to experiment with different content, but you also need to be careful and you need to know how to find your feet the right way by posting content across too many niches will confuse both the algorithm and the audience. So when you're too broad, the algorithm won't know who to show your videos to, and your current audience will definitely get confused as well. Sure, experimenting with different content can be useful when you are finding your feet, but posting content across too many niches would confuse both the algorithm and your audience. So when you're too broad, the algorithm won't know who to show your videos to as at what time, and your current audience would get confused and might even unsubscribe. At the beginning of your YouTube journey, it is crucial to choose a clear niche. This helps you build a loyal community around your content. A lot of small creators think that the broader the niche, the bigger the audience, but that's simply not true. If you try to target everyone, you will end up reaching no one. The more specific your niche, the better your chance of success. So the goal is to build a loyal audience and not just attract random viewers who do not need and who cannot stay on your page. For long form videos, narrowing down your niche is very, very important and very key for your growth. So the next thing I hear gurus say is prioritize quantity over quality. So another piece of bad advice is this, and I see it a lot, and it's more like every time they just want you to pump out videos, always put out content, do this very fast, and you just have to learn while you start. But this might be a big mistake. All right, YouTube is very different from platforms like TikTok. While TikTok is thriving on quick, low effort content, YouTube requires you to start and bring your A game on board. Yes, posting consistently is important, and creating more content is a great way to learn, but never prioritize quantity over quality. If you rush to upload tons of videos without proper editing or effort, you risk making a terrible first impression to your viewers. So when you post a video, the algorithm will show it to a small group of people to see how they respond. If your video is low quality, they won't stick around to watch your videos to the end. Look at these creators as proof. Logan Smith with 15,000 subscribers and only 5 videos. Ecom Lifter with 50,000 subscribers and just 8 videos. And Learned by Leo with nearly 100,000 subscribers and has only posted 5 videos. So these channels prove that high quality videos will help you grow much faster than posting dozens of subpar ones. So focus on making a single incredible video and invest time and energy into its production. You would grow faster by posting one outstanding video than posting or uploading 10 mediocre ones. So, the next one they say is don't worry about analytics at the start. Okay, finally, some of these gurus say that you don't need to worry about analytics early on. So, let me be clear, this is a terrible advice. Yes, YouTube analytics can be very overwhelming when you're just starting out, and I totally get this. All right. YouTube analytics are the most in depth of any social media platform, and they can be very, very confusing at first if you do not understand what every of this is all about. But if you want to take YouTube seriously and eventually make money from it, you need to understand your analytics and use them to improve your content. All right. In the YouTube studio, you can see things like the exact time your audience is most active, which parts of your videos people are clicking away from, and how many viewers aren't subscribed to you at a particular time. So this data is invaluable for improving your content and growing your channel. It's okay if you don't understand everything right away, but I highly recommend learning as much as you can about the YouTube analytics. There are plenty of free resources and tutorials available on YouTube that can help you navigate and understand them better. Also, I'm launching a brand new academy soon, a space for small and new YouTubers to grow fast and get more knowledge. So if you want to be one of the early members, let me know in the comment below. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.